All right, it's a big deal, man. Listen, we got the King of Indiana in the building for Bless the Mic episode 9. Let's give a round of applause, man,
shit.
for Skypp.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You just released a new album, King of Indiana. Before we get into all that, we're going to talk about that. But first, can you drop the social media handles? Where can everybody find you?
Yeah, SKYPP317. That's Skypp 317.
Bet.
He got them all on lock. They all
It's everywhere. Wherever you need them, it's easy to find them. So with that being said, we always try to start off the Bless the Mic interviews with your top 5 rappers, man. Top 5 rappers for you.
Your top 5.
Your top 5.
Was dead or alive or
no matter.
All right, I'm about to go with Pac. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I got to go with Nipsey. I wish he would have been able to do more, but he did enough for me, to make him my favorite. J. Cole, of course.
Rest in peace.
Okay, this is where it get tough because them hands down top 3 for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Pimp C in there.
Okay, shout out to Pimp C.
And I'm gonna end it off with I'm gonna throw Eminem. You know, I gotta put Eminem in there.
Okay,
man.
got you. I like I respect this
very
list.
respectable list.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's the first time Cole ended up in there.
Yeah, niggas don't be trying to give Cole no respect.
Yeah, Cole.
So I appreciate that
for sure.
Indeed.
It's often debated on here.
Yeah, it's a lot of debates in that conversation period because it's subjective. You know what I mean? But I think when people realize it's just about your favorites, not who the best, but just your personal favorites,
it gets a little easier.
I always tell niggas music is subjective. So like, there's no criteria to make a nigga the best. It's how you feel about it.
Facts. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so come here and say like Soulja Boy. He got classics.
Soulja Boy is to be respected.
Soulja
yeah,
Boy,
but top 5.
Internet God.
Soulja Boy, he did a lot though.
He did for the culture.
He might not be musically the most talented, but he did a lot for some people. They value that more than they value content.
That's
feel
true.
Me? So
that may be true.
Yeah.
It ain't about the rings. I just want to be great. Shout out to KD.
As a J. Cole nigga, just to open the show up, I said we should talk about it. Me personally, I feel like I enjoy Cole's music a lot more maybe 5 years ago or so. How have you felt about his last couple of projects?
KOD was decent. My favorite was Forest Hill Drive. But KOD was decent. What's the one that was before that? For Your Eyes.
Yeah.
We don't say his name around here.
Yeah, we don't speak of that one.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad, but it was kind of like a little too modest. You know what I mean? But it wasn't bad. Like, it's better than a lot of people's great work. Yeah. And that's how I try to look at it every time I try to, critique somebody's album. I'm like, am I putting him on too high of a pedestal?
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
And I think
a great perspective.
I think he created the pedestal because I feel like while Forest Hill Drive was great, there was a shift in J. Cole at that point, and everything afterwards has just been different. Not bad, just not what I was accustomed to from him.
And I'm understanding of what he went through, bro, because I've been criticized for the same thing. You feel me? When I first started rapping, Skypp was straight punchlines, murder, don't give a fuck about nothing. Then I had this spiritual awakening type deal. So I turned into a whole different artist who wasn't cussing, and people was just like, what is dude on? I lost so many fans, bro. And then now I'm circling back to being comfortable with me and not worried about what people think of me. So now I'm back kind of to the old Skypp, but not as violent.
But you might be your best self right now.
Maybe facts. It is.
Maybe both Skipps
like
were missing something, but now you got it together.
And the thing is, every time I made a change, I felt like it was my best self in that moment. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's a journey, and that's what I feel like Cole been going through.
I just need to turn that corner, man. Just turn it.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
When you speak because listening to you, like the early shit, the real hardcore shit, the shooting shit, and then you did stop cussing. To me, now you brought them both met in the middle, and it's real. It's fire. Now. It's way not that. I feel like a lot of stuff you put out is very fire, but now it's like when you get in your bag for real, like when you get older, you find out who you are. It helps a lot, and that's definitely what I noticed on King of Indiana. Like, wow, this is like.
Yeah, with that being said, man, let's get into the interview. So, why did you decide to go ahead and say, I am the King of Indiana?
To be completely honest with you, that wasn't even the mindset behind the album. The mindset is that Black is going to be the new King of Indiana. That's why on the cover I'm burning the Confederate flag. But I understood that everybody wasn't going to take it how it was supposed to be taken, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm not trying to clean nothing up. I'm cool with that because if the crown fit, I'm going to wear it regardless, you feel me? But the whole album is a representation of what Indiana is, like history-wise, the racism, the Ku Klux Klan home base, all this extra stuff.
Sundown Town.
And it's me trying to create a new Indiana.
It's an important track.
You know what I mean? Rooted in blackness in the urban community.
Understood.
So you
But
went.
I'm not gonna shy down from somebody like, nah, you ain't the king of Indiana. Like I can be,
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
It ain't. I mean, is there one? So
I mean, nah, it really ain't. Anybody can be the king of whatever. You
Right.
feel me? And that's what I kept saying. Like, it ain't got to be one king. That's what everybody got to realize. Like, they being so envious and whatnot. But you can do the same thing. What's stopping you from making an album called
Right.
King of Indiana 2? You feel me? Like, do it.
You gotta come hard though.
you went.
facts.
As far as the theme of the album is obviously King or what. So did the King influence the whole Bridgerton Game of Thrones feel, or was it something else that kind of made you want to go that route?
Nah, it was the title for sure.
Okay.
It started with one skit. I had did one skit with Justin. Shout out Justin Bland.
Hey, Jay Bland,
Jay Bland made, man.
Yeah, we had did one skit that was the intro. That intro was always there. And then we had miscellaneous skits. Like we had a podcast skit, we had a radio skit. Like it was just a lot of different miscellaneous skits. But it didn't tell a story. And I
Right.
felt like the music told a story. So I told bruh, I said, let's scratch all these skits and put them on side B, because side B is coming soon.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah,
Okay.
Facts. So I told him, I said,
I'm
let's
geeked.
put them on side B and let's make this like a movie. You feel me?
Right.
And he was like totally with it. You feel me? So we just built that 6-part story of the King of Indiana.
That's
Yeah,
definitely what it
honestly,
felt like.
what's interesting, Jay Bland was the first time I was introduced to you as a rapper. So I think it was me and Lloyd. We were still trying to get the podcast out there. We was
Yeah.
going to random open mic events.
Yeah.
And he had one with the young lady.
One that piece.
Yeah.
Mariah Ivy.
Mariah Ivy,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. She
And they
dope.
had
Shout
they
out to
show.
her.
I'm in there. We're like, this shit is tight. And then Jay Bland's doing this skits and shit, being hilarious. I'm like, this is a cool ass, little, you know what I'm saying, feeling.
for sure.
You go up there, kill 'em. I'm like, damn, niggas is
I
talented
performed
out
there?
here. Yeah,
I don't think
you gave out albums.
that must have been. I don't remember.
This is
performing-
like 3
performing at
years
that
ago.
piece. Yeah,
3
I always
years.
wanted to perform there. That's why. Maybe I wanted to headline. I never got to headline, but I might have performed there. Yeah, I
I
appreciate
had a
it
disc in the book bag from that day still.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's what's
He was
up.
giving out CDs.
Yeah, I still do. Like
some
some
people
people,
like the
still
physical
want
copy.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
some people still want to feel it. So yeah, for sure.
No, that's real, man. So I really want to take it back to the quarantine freestyles.
yeah.
So I feel like, when the whole world shut down, Skip, you got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only did you get to work in that regard, all the freestyles are fire, but you really made an emphasis on highlighting the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you were truly like someone who was like, nah, I care about Indianapolis more than anything. Why was it so important to you to make sure that you took that time to shout out local rappers, independent artists, excuse me, shout out to restaurants, businesses, etc.
Yeah, because it's really discouraging being in the urban community of Indiana. And that's why I made the album too. Like, we don't get our just due. And people outside of Indiana look at urban Indiana as a joke because of our history of the history of Indiana. So that's why I'm always trying to big up everybody and let them know, like, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You may feel like you ain't getting your deserved credit or whatever, but that ain't got nothing to do with your work ethic. You doing what you supposed to do. So stay encouraged, because I know how it feel to be discouraged coming from this city and trying to do stuff out of it and knowing they looking at me like as a joke. Because Indiana ain't looked at as a black state and they don't respect us like they should. Bro.
Damn, Naptown, that's
Straight up.
real. That's real, man. It's crazy. That's the first
They
time
all
somebody
felt
was that honest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
facts.
for real. You know what I mean? I feel the same way about the show as well. Sometimes you send that email, you're trying to talk to that individual and you feel like you overlooked. You know what I mean? If we were from New York City or Chicago or, LA, it might be different.
Yeah, bro. I don't mean to be braggadocious, but bro, I didn't open for so many stars. I didn't been on tour dates with Babyface. I didn't been on the side of a bus, invited to the Grammys. I didn't charted on iTunes 4 times. If I did that from Atlanta, I'd be the biggest, bro. But I did it in Indiana, so everybody out there like, oh, that's what's up, and then they turn around like, what's next?
Yeah.
But if it was just the average person in LA or Atlanta that did the same, if you was on the side of a bus in LA, bro.
They'll know you.
Yeah.
Out the gate.
Yeah, facts, bro. But it don't hit the same from here. Yeah.
Do you feel like there's any pressure there as an artist from here, knowing that there's not many artists that blow up from here?
Right.
That's the common knowledge. Is there pressure to blow up, quote unquote?
And it becomes toxic. It becomes to where, like, that's where the competition comes in with the local artists. Everybody want to be the first to blow, and that's why they don't support each other, because they like, okay, well, if I give him the the upside and I promote him, then
they just sure that two can't make it. They just know it. Like there's no way two of us can make it.
That's
bro.
a fact, bro. It's really crabs in the bucket, and it's a mental thing. I don't think anybody genuinely hates each other.
Right.
I just think it's like,
if he make it,
then
he taking away from me. It's not mad at him.
Straight up. Instead of looking at it like if one of us make it, then everybody gets some kind of light shed on them. You know what I mean? They don't look at it like that. It's too big of a risk for them.
The way hip hop moves, it's all cyclical in that regard. So if one nigga makes it, it's more likely that more would make it because they're gonna say, "Oh, they got that from Indiana. Let's go see what else Indiana got."
And you can, and it's proof in that. Like that's how Atlanta came up. Who's doing it right now?
Memphis.
Memphis doing it too, but it's somebody else. Who's the city they said got that sound? Is it Detroit?
Probably Detroit.
Detroit next.
Detroit's real big right now because Baby
that's what the Ice Wear Vizo dude and all.
Detroit.
Like all them dudes is coming up one by one.
42 Dugg and all them together.
Yeah, they looking for that sound,
and it's almost like back to back. Like
it's going crazy, man.
New nigga. And,
facts.
And it's just, I think it's all about opportunity. I think, and I ask everybody that comes on respect because we're people from Indiana. How do you, Coach K is from here. How do you think Coach K should be reaching back? Do you think that's his obligation or no?
This is just my opinion, so I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way. But yeah, I do feel like at least one person. I mean, he definitely did some stuff for Mark Battles. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he don't owe nobody nothing. I'm going to say that out the gate. But I do feel like it's the right thing to do just to reach back to a city that's like this city and inspire. You ain't even got to take nobody. Just bring some kind of inspiration here. You know what I mean?
Put somebody in the training camp. You ain't got to give him a hit, bro. Put him in the QC
man,
box.
Put City Girls on one track.
Yeah. Because Mike Epps tried to do this, bro. Like Mike Epps tried to start a record label and I was going to be the head artist of the record label. They flew me out to Atlanta to the Tupac anniversary. Some stuff transpired and they sent me back. And then he never went forward with his label. You feel me? So I applaud his efforts. I applaud the thought. You know what I mean?
And that might not be dead. That might come back around.
Well, I don't know. This is 2011. So.
Oh, okay. It might be dead.
It might not come back around. Rest in power.
But so, I mean, that's treacherous ground anyway. The music industry. So it's just like
it could be a money pit.
It's tough.
Yeah, facts.
And he might have been. He might have. You know what I'm saying? He might not have been right anyway.
I was only 18 years old, bro. So I mean,
he might have been getting 360'd.
Facts. Yeah.
Little top.
So with that being said, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I always ask this question to all the independent artists that come through. When you think about the city of Indianapolis, people say this is the Renaissance. Like this is the golden era for hip hop, you know what I mean, in the city. Do you feel like that is the truth? And what do we need to do to take everything to the next level?
I don't know if it's the golden era. I think it's in a good place right now. I feel like the golden era was like 2012, but that just may be me speaking from what I've seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe for another person, this is the golden era. Maybe they weren't around for 2012. But what's the last question you asked? It was a two-part question.
How we get to the next level, man, in your opinion?
That's very subjective, bro. Like, I don't think it's no formula to get to the next level. It could be one person taking that step and shedding light on the whole city, or it could be the city as a whole moving in a certain direction. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I think either or could work as long as it's consistent and it ain't no egos getting in the way to mess everything up. Because in 2012, we had a movement called the 465 movement, and it was Mikey, Lil Billy's, Ready Rock, Beast, like all the biggest dro man. Everybody was a part of it. But when everybody got in that room together, the egos start, facts, bro. When the egos start poking out, and then we wasn't able to move forward with that. But it was every big artist you could name in that moment in time in that room, and that could have worked. You feel me?
Understood. I know you talked about this a little bit earlier, but you talked about how this is definitely more of a conscious state for you. I know you were someone who dropped tracks, related to Deshaun Reed and George Floyd that really impacted you in your music. Yeah. And I feel like you've really taken the point of really making sure that you're talking to young men in the city, you know what I'm saying, about that mindset, about that mental. Why do you feel like it was something that you definitely wanted to voice, about this movement and really pour that into your music?
Yeah, it's rooted in experience, bro, because I was once them. And I lost my best friend to that whole situation. You feel me? So it was just experience. I ain't gonna act like I ain't go through that same stage as them. But my job, or at least I feel like it's my job to try to prevent that for the kids. Try to help them skip over that part. But nowadays you can't tell nobody nothing. You feel me? Like people gonna do what they do and they gotta learn on their own, bro.
These young niggas is
Niggas gotta
different.
bump their heads.
But I'm gonna make the effort regardless. You know what I mean?
It's needed.
Who penned the was it you or Justin? You may not be Superman, but you're a black man. Who was that?
That was me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ghost wrote for him.
What I did is I wrote the skits, and Justin would take the basically the root of the skit and he'll just reconstruct it. But some words he would keep, and that was one line that he kept that I wrote. But a lot of the stuff he did right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that one right there was me.
Ghost Rider extraordinaire. You mentioned that on the tape too. You were out here penning for people.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, keep that under wraps.
Skipping the OVO
And that's fine.
I don't want to talk about it.
That's
It just rhymed.
Yeah, you can't mess up my bag. I ain't gonna mess up my bag, man.
And don't do it for us.
Straight up.
Please, no, not worth it.
not at all. Not at all. Not at this stage.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like sometimes maybe one of my favorite songs you ever did was Gotta Get That Dough remix. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel like tapping back into that just for fun? Just like, I know that's not who you've grown. You're grown now.
I tapped back into it, bro. I did a part 3. It was on Skypp Saturdays. It was me.
I missed it. I need that.
Yeah, it was me. I don't know if y'all know Fatty and Sticks.
Nah.
Y'all heard about them? Y'all ain't heard about Fatty and Sticks? Fatty, shout out to KGENT. They like 2 of the hottest little dudes in the state. You feel me?
Okay.
But Fatty and Sticks, they was on the Gotta Get That Dough remix. Woogie. I don't know if y'all know Rainy Boy. It was
Nah,
Bango.
they need to come through.
Bango was on it. Lil Noop was on it. Like, yeah, it was a big deal. If you get on
I don't
SoundCloud,
I need that because that Gotta Get That Dough remix is one of my favorite tracks to ever come out the city.
the latest one, bro. Just get on SoundCloud and put in "Gotta Get That Dough" and Skip or something. It'll pop up.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm gonna
but
check that out.
we did our thing on that. It was all the people. I think we was all 21 and under. So
Yeah, that's tight. We forgot to ask this question. I forgot. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you start rapping?
That's crazy. I get asked this question a lot. I don't remember the critical moment.
The moment.
Yeah, but it started with me just writing down emotions because in my household we ain't talk a lot. Like my mama wasn't really verbal. She was like really more action driven. You get a whooping or you get a pat on the back. You feel me? It wasn't no conversations to be had.
Right.
But I think I just enjoyed writing down how I felt as a kid. You know, just getting it out, and then it turned into rapping. That's how I kind of remember it, but I could be a little off. But I think it was just trying to get the thoughts out, bro.
That's real.
That's the
Feelings.
purest form of it, though, right there.
What
Writing
about
shit down.
the name Skip? Where's that come from?
It was her again. I came up with Skip, and then she was sitting there. She approved of the name, and then I was like, but I don't want to spell it like Skip because I know it's a million of those.
Yep.
So then I think we was Skipp, and then I was like, nah, and then I was like Skypp, and then in my head I was like, people are going to mispronounce this. You feel me? But
Skype.
Yeah, I hear that every week, bro. But then I'm just like, whatever, like it works. You know what I mean?
Stick with it.
Yeah.
As a veteran of the game here in the city,
Really a veteran because you've been rattling off
yeah.
names, and some of them are more dated to the back end, some of them are new, but like at the same time, Skip's been there for the whole
the
run.
entire time.
You just mentioned something from 2011.
Right.
Yeah, like
10 years ago.
A moment.
Crazy.
But yeah, as a veteran for real, what advice do you have for the young guys that want to rap in the city coming up? You know what I'm saying? And let's be real. I feel like you have commercial success here. You know what I mean? You've been on the news.
You've gotten some looks.
You've been on the side of buses. You got those looks that other people are looking for. So, you know, how can other people make that happen?
I think the number one thing is to not be so emotional and take everything personal. Because I did that coming into the game. I had a song called Offensive Language that I actually had took off the internet once I matured. Because I realized how emotional it was. I felt like I was too good to not be the most famous and biggest artist in Indiana. And I was 19, you feel me? So, of course, I'm emotionally driven. But you can't be like that because that's going to push people away from your brand. You got to realize that all it takes is hard work. And over time, the more work I put in, the more strategic I was with my moves, the city gravitated towards me. It wasn't about how talented you are. It's never about that. You can be trash and work hard and they going to support it because they see your work efforts. You feel me? So that's all it is. Like you can't get in your feelings about what you feel like you deserve. If you feel like you deserve something, you just got to go get it and be consistent and make sure it's quality work. You know what I mean? And the people gonna gravitate towards it because people gravitate towards good stuff. That's just what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight up.
For sure, man.
Nah,
That
the
was
effort's
inspiring to hear.
got to be there, man. You're not gonna be on the news if you ain't trying hard. You could have missed that interview. You could have been, I overslept.
Right,
My
I
bad.
slept.
That's a fact.
They hit me back. No, they
Nah, it's
How you
over.
happy belated, by the way, too. That was for your
I
birthday,
appreciate
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah, for sure.
Happy birthday, Skip.
Right on, man.
Man, for sure. Damn, that was very powerful. What you just said.
For sure.
Where do you
Go ahead, Deuce.
So like I said, you rattle off hip hop names like because we were doing this Bless the Mic thing. We were sitting like, damn, we're gonna be able to get this many rappers, but you didn't name 15, 20 people
bro, it's
in a
unlimited
20-minute
rappers
interview.
in this city, bro.
It is.
It's a lot.
Unlimited.
It is. So for real, where do you feel like the state of hip hop is here right now?
Like I said, the fact that some people would even consider it the golden era lets you know it's in a good place.
Right.
It's a lot of artists, bro. And it's a whole new generation of artists that I haven't even got the chance to learn about. So we're in a good space, bro. And everybody's working. Everybody putting out quality work. We got new videographers who so dope. It's a dude named Rose 4K. Hard. You know what I mean? A newer guy. And then you got the older guys like your Olu. You know what I mean? So it's in a good space. We got all the tools we need. People got financial backing. We good, bro. We just got to break out of this box. That's all it is.
Yes.
I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen for sure.
Let's make that happen, man, for sure. What can we expect to hear the King of Indiana, the B-sides?
Yeah, that's in the next month or two.
Okay.
Maybe 3.
right.
I don't know yet. Just waiting to see how this momentum goes.
Are you waiting to be able to perform it, or are you waiting just kind of see what the play is right?
It just got to make sense for the momentum, in my opinion, because the momentum dies, it almost undoubtedly it's gonna die. And then when it starts dying, when I feel that decline, I'm dropping side B just to pick it right back up. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because side B is full of tracks that could have made side A. It just didn't, you know what I mean? As a vibe and the storyline, it didn't fit. So side B is gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy.
I believe it.
I'm excited for it, man.
What's
You
the
know-
my
go
bad.
ahead.
Can you so I know you came here solo dolo, but what's the Skip team?
Yeah, the
like
team,
who's
team.
Who's the Skip team? Like who's behind Skip? Oh,
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, bro. For the most part, I mean, shout out to the people that help, that produce the music, engineers. Like, you know, every artist got producers and engineers. Shout out to Shiny D and Jason Bain.
because the table's engineered to perfection. The sounds is crazy.
Shout out to
crazy.
Shiny D. Shiny D and Jason Bain did majority of the production. I got a track produced by Joey French and a track produced by
Shout
Z.
out to
Shout
our
out to our
brother.
frat brother.
That's
Yeah,
our profile right
for
there.
sure.
Let's
Shout
go.
out to Joe
Shout out to
French.
brother
Yeah,
French.
he did Disaster to Glory, and then
Okay.
Zero did Sundowntown USA. The rest was 70% Shiny, 30% Bain or whatever. But yeah, shout out to them. I wouldn't consider them a team,
Nah.
you know what I mean? But yeah, for sure, they definitely a part of the process, for sure. And I think the only person that's really a part of my team, like a part of everything I do,
get a
business and
check when you
creative,
make it.
is Shadow Cat. It's a guy
Okay.
named Shadow Cat. He's he got a company called Night Sons that I'm a part of, and
Okay.
Rhyme Fest is a part of Night Sons, which is how I got the Rhyme Fest feature.
The Rhyme Fest.
Yeah,
Chicago Rhyme
so
Fest.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's basically like a brotherhood, like how y'all got y'all fraternities.
Right.
Basically, Night Sons is of that. It's a record company / brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Understood.
But the only person like really behind me is Shadow Cat. You know, he even invests money in my brand. You know what I mean? So nobody else does that. You know, but shout out to the producers I work with over the years, the engineers I've worked with over the years, for sure. It's all love.
That's tight.
That's real, man.
He's making he's doing all these things. All these looks that we've seen.
Yeah.
By himself.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, I had a manager. I just left him about a year ago. I was with him for 8 years. Uncle Jim. Shout out to Uncle Jim's. Over the years, he definitely helped my brand for sure. I got to shout him out, even though we're not together no more. Over the years, he helped a lot.
100. That's tight.
That's real,
Hey,
man.
sometimes you just gotta move along. And
For sure, man. Who do you think you are? I am. I fuck
Right.
with it.
Straight up, bro. Straight up. I just felt like I was doing more than anybody was doing for me. So I'm like, man, if I can, because I was doing so much stuff and other people was getting credit for it just because they was associated with me. And I was like, nah, they didn't even put it. I'm not really
feeling
like,
that.
I don't
You
know,
wasn't gonna
man.
be shooting in the gym.
Yeah, I'm all for people getting their flowers, bro. But when it goes to a point where they taking that praise and they like really acting like they did that, that's when I'm like, nah, bro.
They
Like,
all up in the
bro.
video.
The group
bro.
project and
Straight
shit.
up. A lot of people don't know. They don't. I don't know. I think everybody just hungry for that attention, and they think they deserve more than what they actually work for. In my opinion.
Oh, no, we understand.
No, we definitely understand.
Yeah.
Let's give another round of applause for Skip,
Yeah.
man. This is a fire interview.
Appreciate it.
Gems will drop. Make sure y'all tune in to Bless the Mic. Gems will drop again. I appreciate the inspiration, man, for sure.
My pleasure.
And the wise words. About to get into that shit.
Oh, it's time.
Let's get it.
I'm excited.
Let's do it, man.
Next.
All right, man. Shout out to Skypp 317 in the building, man. King Skypp.
Yeah.
King of Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Black is king. It's an important lesson. Wise words from Skypp 317 there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
About to get into it, man. Shout out to the far east side of the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get into it. DJ Who Was Q, drop more bombs. Drop more bombs. This freestyle about to be crazy.
Yeah, straight
Let's
up.
go.
All right.
Next.
Yeah. Make sure y'all grab that King of Indiana album. Available everywhere. Yeah. Hey. Excuse me while I talk my shit. Hey, you rooted in fear, moving weird. I'm copacetic, cause I'm so respected. And I told a loaded Wesson, I heard his beauty and his struggle. That's a dope aesthetic. You don't agree, it must be something wrong with your perspective. To understand this street shit, you gotta know the essence. Even killers can get smoked, there ain't no exception. Know a survivor, then you know a legend. Bet on yourself, never fold. I could probably give out poker lessons. The king of my state, leaving my plate empty. Beak in the faith, but geek in the spray. Don't tempt me, fuck illegal aid. I'm paying a pretty penny. Cool whipping this Honda, praying to get a Bentley. Reality put it on me, ain't saying it was in me. Rather be spoon-fed than slanging throughout the city. But fuck it, that ain't the case, I'm dodging that. Dealing and distributing, I rebuke it. I'm trying to rap, don't know about no snitch. I refuse to acknowledge that. The only thing I know for damn sure is I'm not a rat. They money driven, if you lose trust you can buy it back. A snake with hella jewelry ain't nothing but a diamond back. It's junkies out collecting beer cans and bottle caps, hoping to make enough to catch a bus and go buy a sack. Don't brag about your plug, let us know where to find them at. The king of Indiana, I ain't stutter, rewind it back, out the gate.
Hey, man, again, listen, look. You step into this space here, I always say this shit, classic shit only. Shout out to Skypp 317, King of Indiana for real. Rewind it back, you heard what he said.
Hey, I'm gonna set the bar. Y'all get on this show. Y'all gotta go.
This shit, you did. I'm nervous for the next, you know what I mean, individuals to come through here. They should be nervous too. They just saw this, they like, ah, fuck. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
But good luck to you, man. Good luck to you again, man. Bless the Mic, episode 9. That's it, man. Next.
Okay.